Anyone in my position not taking the Fifth Amendment would be a fool, an absolute fool. I respectfully decline to answer the questions under the rights and privileges afforded to every citizen under the United States Constitution. This will be my answer to any further questions.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and CBS News released video from a deposition that was taken last year involving the financial fraud investigation into the former Orange tyrant, his adult children, and his business organization.
So, Mr. Trump, I take it you are not going to answer any questions about your preparation today with your counsel. Is that correct?
Should I say this, or should I respond to that?
Just read that.
For all of the reasons provided in my answer, which is incorporated herein in its entirety, I decline to answer the question.
Okay. Mr. Trump, the focus of our investigation and what we are primarily going to cover today involves the presentation of your statements of financial condition between 2011 and the present. I take it you are generally familiar with those statements. Is that correct?
For all of the reasons provided in my answer, which is incorporated herein, in its entirety, I decline to answer the question.
And as a result, New York Attorney General Letitia James' office is now having to sort fact from fiction in the investigation, as Donald Trump has dumped truckloads of fiction into his legal defense.
In her AG speech, she promised to, quote, shine a bright light into every dark corner of Trump's real estate holdings. Shortly thereafter, she vowed to, quote, use every area of the law to investigate President Trump and his business transactions, and that of his family as well. She knows nothing about us. This is when she knew absolutely nothing about us. It was very unfair. This whole thing is very unfair.
Now, remember when Donald Trump said that only the mob pleads the Fifth? Well, in this particular portion of this deposition, Donald Trump pleads the Fifth 400 times. That must have been a torturous 4 hours for anyone involved to have to sit there and bear. Trump didn't look the same in the video either. He looked frumpy sitting in a wrinkled suit in front of the camera. His famous comb-over hairstyle didn't look right either. He must have had new hired help because his hair looked like an unsure possum getting ready to cross a country road.
The 2019 Statement of Financial Condition contained false and misleading valuations and statements. Is that correct?
Same answer.
You knew at the time it was finalized that the year 2019 Statement of Financial Condition contained false and misleading statements. Is that correct?
Same answer.
In preparing the 2019 Statement of Financial Condition, Mr. Weisselberg and Mr. McConney worked at your direction and followed your instructions to inflate asset valuations on the Statement of Financial Condition by employing false and misleading assumptions. Is that correct?
Same answer.
Kevin Wallace is a senior enforcement counsel in the Attorney General's office, and he said that both the former president and his children falsely denied facts they have admitted in other proceedings. They denied knowing things that are plainly within their knowledge and used defenses repeatedly rejected by the court as frivolous and without merit, otherwise known as the Trump grift. Why the former toddler-in-chief would invoke the Fifth Amendment in a civil case baffled experts, and why he would invoke it 400 times dumbfounded more. Trump talked about the witch hunt nonsense that he always brings up and how he's always the victim. No surprise there. But remember that the Trump organization and a subsidiary were found guilty of multiple charges of criminal tax fraud and falsifying business records recently. Donald and his crime family are not going to outride the posse this time. The New York Attorney General's office is going to pick him apart, and it will be great to see, and that's a fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.